Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Spotlight. I am Francine Marquez, and now I'd like to ask you, in the world of celebrity weddings, the grand parties and all, have you ever wondered who makes those gigantic, beautiful cakes that are sort of hard to eat and enjoy because they're just so beautiful? You just want to see them and maybe gaze at them because of the wonderful design, the artistry, and everything. And of course, once you sink your teeth into those cakes, you'll know that that you'll also be enamored by the delicious tastes of those cakes. And on that note, who else would be making that than our guest right now, who's very known in the wedding cakes industry and cakes industry in general, and her name is Penk Ching. Hello, Penk, and welcome to Spotlight.
Hello, thank
Hi.
you for having me this afternoon.
Yes. Where
It's
are
an
you right
honor to be
now?
here.
Thank you for making it. Where are you right now? I see a.
I'm at my home.
Mm-mm.
Of course, my home is half my home and half my production for my cakes
Oh, okay.
because everything is so cluttered in the kitchen, and I don't want to bother the staff because they're all working. So I move up to my little herb garden, a little garden here up in the fourth floor of my house,
Nice.
just to have a different background.
So you're also into gardening,
I
among many
try
other
to,
talents.
I try to, but of course I must admit I don't have a green thumb.
Well, what should I? You have a white thumb because of all the beautiful cakes that you make. What's
Ganun
this
ba yun, white thumb?
flower thumb? What's the smell like in your place? I can imagine vanilla and
You know,
butter.
y- to be honest, I don't smell anything anymore because I've been smelling it for so many years. So for me, when people enter my house to pick up cakes or whatever, they'll say, "Wow, ang sarap ng amoy." That's the always comment that I
Mm-mm.
get.
Mm-mm.
And I will look at my staff and say, "See, we don't even smell anything." I think we get used to
Yeah.
it over the years, and so sad to say we take it for granted.
But I guess it's in your DNA na, no? Natural na lang.
uh, how I wish, how I wish, because although I always ask my staff to specifically let me taste all the cakes that's coming out of the oven or naka-rest na for a few hours,
Mm-mm.
that I get a pinch, I cut a little part and I taste it.
So there's always that seal of approval that should
Yes,
happen, no, before it
it
leaves.
needs to, unless I'm out of the country
Mm.
and I trust them,
Mm.
or I'm out judging competition, I'm out sharing, some techniques like teaching in a convention, a fair. Otherwise, I'm very hands-on.
Mm. You've been in the business for like 30 years, Peng, 'di ba? How do you try to keep it fresh? Parang fresh from the oven lagi yung career mo and your projects, 'di ba?
Ah, ang galing ng description mo eh.
Oh,
Na-pressure ako
baking.
tuloy. How do I keep it fresh? Okay, I actually, because of technology, the last few years, I was able to monitor it, no? Now, when it comes to taste, I make sure like when they are mixing it or measuring it for preparation, nobody talks to the person doing it.
Mm.
Okay, although she's been doing it for almost 30 years, all my staffs are with me more than 25 years, except
Mm.
for one, magto-20 pa lang.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So they grow with me, their family grow with me. So yun. But how do I test how the taste is? Lately, because of pandemic, I'm in the house all the time, so I get to assist during the baking. It's me assisting, not them.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Oh,
I let them do it and I assist because I can see naman how they work, no? Uh, Other than that, decors, I have a little part that would do the decors.
mm-hmm.
So my right and left hand would do my decors. I'm also on the side monitoring everything. So I move around between my kitchen and my dining room. I have no dining table
Mm.
because I have the biggest dining table, but then they request that they want to use it. So my kids and I will have a little table on the side that we just take our meals.
Mm, mm-mm. So I suppose you've been staying at home, and that was the theme of the pandemic, di ba? Staying at home, working at home.
Mm,
What lessons did you gain from the pandemic? I mean, in terms of baking practices, what have you gained?
okay. You need to be resourceful
Mm.
because at that time, it's so hard to source ingredients and all what you need because some
Mm.
stores are not open. So you do online. I learned at my age, I do online buying, shopping. So parang, this is another opportunity to learn a new technique, but at the same time, it's an opportunity to know more people.
Mm, 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 mm. So you were selling cakes online, meeting clients online, ganon?
Yes, yes. The hotel people or the coordinator will get in touch with me. Hi, Penk, this is so and so. I'm introducing so and so to the Viber group so that we can work together, blah, 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 blah. And that's it.
So paano, like, you just show them the drawings or sketches siguro of the creations that you want to do for them, right?
Okay. A lot of my brides, a lot of my brides will send pegs. Okay.
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
And these pegs would give me an idea like what the theme will be, what the colors they
mm-mm,
want or they will be using. So I incorporate everything and then sometimes we will have Zoom meetings. Sometimes uh, the bride will just say, "Bahala ka na, alam kong kaya mong gawin yung gusto ko." I think
So
they
trust,
are
no?
very, how should I say? They trust me so much, okay? Because a lot of them, I've been making their sisters or their siblings cakes, the wedding
Mm,
cakes,
mm-mm,
or their
mm-mm.
parents' anniversary, or so parang nag-gel na lang lahat. And then, you know what? You just did my cousins, blah, 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 and we love the cake. Parang, it's sort of like, there's always a line out there that connects.
Mm-mm. And then
Yon.
also, but what about the taste? Siyempre, no? The proof of the
I sent
pudding is in
them.
the,
I sent them. I sent
talaga.
them slices of cakes for them to have the
Mm-mm,
taste test so they can choose the cake flavor. I
mm-mm.
just have to move a little right now, huh? Because I can
Okay.
feel it's kind of drizzling. But
Oh, yeah, go
sige, let's
ahead. Yeah, no? Look at those beautiful
continue.
cakes we're seeing right
I chose
now.
the garden.
Oh, oh, nice. Look at that. Celebrity eh.
Galing ng research team mo, ha? Ang galing ng research team
ng,
mo.
ng spotlight. It's our spotlight team. Oh, look at that. Nice. So even during the pandemic, you were also
Thank
incorporating,
you.
you were you incorporating natural materials also, like fresh flowers? What was the trend like? Did the trend
Mm,
change during the
not as
pandemic?
much. Trend is using sugar flowers. For the last
Oh,
8 years, sugar flowers.
okay.
Okay? But I'm trying to bring fresh flowers back for a
Mm-mm.
change.
Right.
So, uh, I'm introducing it again and I will be doing at least two wedding cakes with fresh flowers in the coming months.
Wow. What
Because I think we have to convince the couple to use fresh flowers.
Oo. And of course, I think the supplies naman are back again, ano? Not like before na puro dried flowers.
Yes, and I always request that they introduce me to their stylist, florist,
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
which
Ah.
always happens, mga
Mm-mm.
kaibigan ko.
Mm.
I've been in the industry for so long, and you know the suppliers,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
because I deliver the cake myself. So you see every suppliers there, from the lights and sounds to the florist to anywhere, anyone.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So we get to taste, see the people, how they work, their team. So sometimes if the owner is not there, he'll just leave word with the staff and say, "You attend to Penk when she's here, so that we can, coordinate and everything will be one look."
Ah, yeah. Oo, that's very important. Kanina, off cam, I was asking you, should I call you Chef Penk? And then you said, no. Tell me more about your background. I think you
Actually,
started with were you in the corporate world?
business.
Ah, okay.
I was in the corporate world. I started with the local bank after college,
Mm.
and then I went to the States to take up my. I had two MBAs, and then
Mm.
I was in the middle of my PhD in Colombia,
Oh.
and I have to come home because my grandmother is very sick, and I'm the eldest granddaughter. Tatlo lang kami.
Mm.
So, well, at first, syempre, you think why, di ba?
Mm-mm.
But then, on the latter part, I think family first.
Mm.
So, no regrets, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I came home, work, because of my
Mm-hmm.
MBA, I joined a multinational bank.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Which was
So,
your line
it's
of
a big
work
bank in
then?
BGC, and
Okay.
okay, very fun. Okay. And then, because I came from the States, they put me sa training. So I was training the big bosses,
Mm-hmm.
which, of course, prior to that, I got trained myself.
Mm-mm.
So I was handling training, and for a while, it was fun, but you reach a certain point that parang, wait, parang you want your back, you want a family, and I was already reaching 30. And my husband said, it's about time, career should move back and family. Got
Mm-mm.
married, had kids, but I was still working with Citibank. But after working for a few years, I decided to retire.
Mm. Before you got
And
30, you
yeah,
became
I
30.
retired. And then, if you have been in a very dynamic world,
Mm-hmm.
very active, everything is like moving every single second. I got so bored staying at home.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I went to look for those summer classes, cake
Mm.
decorating, baking, etc. And I took them all, believe me. And I would tell the teacher, even if it's just one class, one person that you have for the whole class, kasi it's not summer ready, I will still pay because I want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's how my persistent get me into this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I believe so. But when you were younger, hindi ba hilig sa'yo ang baking? Or at least maybe
Hindi,
painting? Ay, oh, okay.
hindi.
So
But I
talagang,
love eating.
yes, a very important step in anything, in baking
Oo,
or
kasi,
cooking.
because I love cakes, I love anything that's baked or cooked. So,
Mm.
and my mother is not interested at all.
Mm.
So, nobody's using the oven.
Oh.
And then when my sister and I started it, because I have a partner in this, but she's in the corporate world, so hindi siya masyadong visible.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Okay? Uh, but my sister and I started this, and it was just smooth sailing.
Mm-mm.
I think with God's blessing.
I think you were one of the first who painted on fondant, right? Parang very painterly yung mga cakes niyo eh, when you started.
Oo, kasi every Monday, I still, up to now, I still have my painting class. I make sure learning is ongoing because every time we do something, there's something new that I learn.
Yeah, no? Look
So,
at that.
and I apply it to the cakes, which people like it
Oo. So,
because
canvas mo
it's a
talaga.
different,
Yeah.
different treat.
Mm. So, ang ganda, no? Parang canvas mo talaga yung cakes. Tsaka,
Literal.
three-dimensional. Literal.
Literal.
Yeah, di ba? Ang galing. But you never thought of taking it up on the real canvas, like putting up an exhibition or something, an art show of your
Maybe
paintings?
soon. Because I
Mm.
do watercolor
Nice.
and that's every week, once
Mm-mm.
a week. And
Mm-mm.
I also have once a week Chinese painting. So that's
Mm-mm.
the ink, the black ink,
Nice. Calligraphy, no?
calligraphy, with
Yes.
calligraphy. I
Nice.
take lessons.
Oo.
But of course, sometimes I have to absent myself because of work.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
mean, commitment first before leisure
True,
or pleasure.
true. What about the cake itself? How do you try to work on that? Mga flavors and all. How do you try to figure out which one should be which?
Okay, I only have four flavors and
Mm.
I always give it to prospective clients like brides or whoever to have a taste test. So because
Mm-mm.
of pandemic, I send it to them through
Well,
Grab and Lalamove. I'll cut into slices, identify them, label them, and then I'll have the rider send it to her, and then whatever her decision, she'll text it back to me.
what are those signature
I have
flavors?
carrot walnut,
Mm.
banana walnut,
Mm.
apple walnut,
Mm-hmm.
and peach almond.
Oh.
Because we are using fondant as an icing for the
Mm-mm.
cake, so
Mm-hmm.
you need a dense cake. Hindi
Mm.
pwedeng butter, chiffon.
Mm-mm.
It's too light.
Oo. Oo. No, you just talking about those flavors, parang it's already whetting my appetite to eat cake.
Don't worry. You will have a chance to taste them.
Yeah, I was just kidding. Pero how do you keep yourself updated and relevant in a world that's rapidly being filled up with competitors, especially in the
Okay.
high-tech
Yes,
world of
yes.
cakes, di ba? We're talking about then yung
Yes.
mga umiilaw na cakes and all that you also did.
Oo. Yes, yes. I have to. I have to. Um, okay. How do I do that? I read a lot. I search a lot. I travel a lot. Except for pandemic, I I go to US and other countries to judge competition.
Yeah. Mm.
So I think that's my how they called it. That's my freebie.
Mm, 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 mm,
That's
mm,
my
mm.
uh, luxury that
Mm-mm.
I get to go to Maldives to judge countries that you people will say wow, mga
Mhm.
ganon.
Mm, 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 mm.
Korea, yung talagang pinaka topmost, that the most beautiful, you see the mountains, Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan. I'm also part of the Pastry Alliance of the Philippines. I
Mhm.
am the COO,
Mhm.
and we bring group of younger chefs, those who just graduated or who has a little experience, who would like to join competition like World Cup. Like this January, we are sending a group out,
Mm, mm,
but I'm
mm.
not going because it's my peak season. I
Oh,
have
yeah.
commitments with clients, no? So I'm
Oo.
not going, but training is ongoing.
Wow. I think because January, no, parang really full on into celebrations already, yung the ones that postponed
Yes,
or
yes, yes, yes,
nice.
yes.
Naku, thank you for that wonderful discussion, learning more about how you started, how you dealt with the pandemic. And now we'll be taking a quick break. And then when we come back, we'll have more delicious conversation with the one and only Penk Ching.
Thank you.
Nasa kamay mo ang swerte, ngunit hindi ito isang laro na para lang sa'yo. Dahil bukod sa pag-asang maging milyonaryo, ang pagtangkilik mo sa loto at iba pang produkto ng PCSO ay nakakalikom ng pondo para sa mga programang pangkalusugan, tulong at serbisyong medikal at kawang-gawa.
Kasal, lahat ng minimithi makakamtan sa PCSO.
Welcome ka dito sa SM. Come as you are. Mahilig ka man sa pabago-bago o sa paikot-ikot. Yung nag-a-adulting or parenting. Ikaw na kulot, white-haired, purple-haired, kayong magkaibigan na nagkaibigan. Buong barkada. Yung gusto mo, chill lang. Or gawin yung feel mo lang. We know you're changing. So we're changing with you. Come on in. We're all in. At SM, you're always welcome here.
Hello, we're back. I'm Francine Marquez. This
Hi.
is Spotlight, and we're still with Penk Ching, our well-known cake artist. Hi. Welcome back.
Hi. Hi,
Yeah,
hi, hi.
I hope it's not drizzling in your area already.
It is.
It still
That's
is?
why I moved.
Okay.
That's why I moved inside.
Indoors na to.
Otherwise, it would have been lovely outside kasi with all the greens. Oo.
What's your day like? How busy is the season right now
How
for you?
busy?
Yes, and thank you for taking the
Actually,
time for that matter.
Ah, super busy. I sleep like 2 a.m. I wake up like 7. And once my eyes start open
Naku.
to read my text, because I already get texts from people. Like, hi, blah, I'm so and so, I'm getting married ganyan, or I'm ordering ganyan. So, it was like that ever since. So, it never bothers me naman if
Mm-mm.
it's December or what, because I'm in the business for 38 years. Your body sort of adjusts to everything.
Mhm.
So, okay lang. Chill.
Oo nga. I think that's your mark, no, in the industry.
Oo.
You're not
Kasi
like,
you cannot say, I don't want, I don't like, because,
mm,
and then what will you do? Why stay in the industry when you are choosy, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do this, you only want to do this. I don't stay in the industry.
mm-mm. I guess that's what brides need, no? I mean, it's very stressful putting things together already. How much more? I mean, a
Francine,
lot of moving
believe
parts in a
me.
wedding.
Believe me, I have experiences with brides who would change her design last minute.
Oh my.
Last
And,
minute meaning like mga 1 week before,
mm-mm.
when you prepare all the flowers, na the sugar flowers and
Right.
everything. But, you know, we have to give it to them kasi sila yung nagbabayad eh.
Oh,
Di ba? Customer is always right.
nako, how nice to work with you, Peg. What about the most difficult challenges you've ever had in terms of cake concepts, cake deliveries, or
Ay,
whatnot?
a lot, a lot. First, okay, I've traveled with cakes to different countries, Dubai, and all. Pagdating doon, syempre, yung isa mo, minsan nagiging tatlo.
Ah.
They throw it despite all those fragile stickers, despite, I mean, people don't care, period. Okay? And like competition piece, I have to hand carry them when I join
Wow.
competition. But then for wedding, kasi they're really big,
Mhm.
so you just have to, check in.
Mm.
Naka wooden crate yan, ha?
Mhm.
Crate, as in crate. Pero
Mm.
with what can we do? We cannot do anything.
Mhm.
The feeling of those people handling them, they felt like, oh, it's wood already, so they're in good condition inside.
Mm.
They never thought, or they never considered that it's cake. Or
Mm.
let's give them the benefit of the doubt. They can't read English, especially in Dubai
Mm.
or
Mm.
countries
Mm.
in the Middle East.
Mm.
Alphabets are not familiar to them. So
Mm.
whatever you wrote there or whatever sticker you put there doesn't mean anything to them.
Okay. Yeah. And then you said nagiging tatlo. I mean, it just breaks up.
Oo, hinagis eh.
Oh my God. So scary. And then you just fix it there.
Yes. Usually, I request the couple who ordered that I'll be there 2 days in advance.
Mm. Mm.
Because based on my experience, or at least 1 day. At least 1 day. So I have enough time. There was one, I went to Hong Kong, 5-layer cake.
Oh. Ilang
All
feet?
of them, all of them needs repair. And
Ah.
I don't want repair because it takes much work.
Mm.
It's longer when
Mm.
you have to do it more time and more stressful.
Oh yeah.
Because chances are you run out of ingredients
Mm.
because although I always bring a lot with me,
Mm.
but still, kasi if you're repairing, you cannot depend on whatever you see, you only repair because sometimes you don't want to see that it was repaired, so you have to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so that makes a difference.
Oh my God. And you're working from in another country, no?
Yes.
Another
And then
another
sometimes they're
kitchen.
also masungit.
Ah,
They're so
no. Oh
masungit
no.
because you're there.
Mm.
You're not part of their
Mm.
workforce.
Yeah.
You're just occupying a space in the kitchen, or they will tell you, they'll tell someone, can you send her to another, room where she can work with
Mm.
with all these things that she has brought with her. So sometimes, well, after those problems, I learned also that I request the couple who ordered that they gave me a working room, a working
Ah.
area, and then I brought for myself a huge parang tarpaulin type that where
Oh.
we can make all the dirty things there
Ah.
so that we don't have to clean up. It's so
Oo.
easy to clean up after.
Ah, that's good. At least, no, through the years, you're adjusting to the
You
to the
have to learn
global magnitude of
otherwise.
your projects. What about, di ba, global magnitude? What about your, the most memorable cakes that you've made in terms of design and
One of
everything?
them, the Beijing Olympic cake.
Oh,
I did the bird's nest.
yeah.
Okay. And actually, I never dream of doing that,
Mm-mm.
except someone from Coca-Cola called me up, who happens to be a very good friend, who was
Mm-mm.
also working in the same industry, and he said, "Thank, can you come over? But it's not a free trip, ha? You have to work." I said, "Okay." And,
Mm-mm.
and so I said, "What's the work?" "You have to do the Beijing Olympic cake."
Okay.
So, okay. So I said, "Okay." We all have a vision, a picture of how it will look. So I drew
Mm.
layer. I did a 5-layer. And he calls me back. Penk, I don't want a wedding cake.
Mhm.
This is a wedding cake. I don't want it. Make it unique, and I want people to say, oh, wow. There should be a wow factor that they've never seen before. So I sat down and I said, what is a wow factor? Then I realized, okay, since it's a bird's nest, I copied the whole thing in a smaller scale. So I made a 3 feet bird's nest cake.
Wow. Amazing. That was amazing. I think I
Yeah.
saw a picture of that, ah.
But can you believe the outer scale? I
Yeah.
made two just to make sure that,
Mm-mm.
there's no broken pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was something. And that was such a fulfillment because prior to the opening of the Olympic Games that night, all the VIPs that they invited feast on it.
Ah, yeah. It's a very memorable cake and historic at that, no? It's a historic
Very,
cake.
it's a unforgettable one.
Mm-mm.
Very challenging because, of course, you have to figure out how will I bring it there.
Mm-mm.
Luckily, when we reached there, it was smooth sailing. When the airplane door opened, someone was waiting for us already.
Wow, wow. What an
And
experience.
with my name, naka-placard na ganyan. Tapos, and then sabi ko, yes. Sabi niya, you're the one who has the cake with you, right? Yes.
Mm-mm.
So, everything, hindi naman dumaan ng conveyor. So, we have to claim it inside, not
Mm-mm.
the conveyor. It's a special handling.
Wow, di ba? Priceless. What about in terms of
Yes.
mga celebrity weddings or mga known wedding cakes? What are your most memorable?
Honestly, Francine, all
Mm-mm.
of them are memorable
Mm.
except uh, I don't know whose cake I'm doing.
Mm.
Can you imagine?
Talaga?
Sharon Cuneta
Oo.
asked someone to call me, etc., etc. And only to find out, like in between talking, she's already there. But
Wow,
I was
nag-appear
so
na.
focused. I was so focused. Well, she was not talking, but she was there. She
Mm-mm.
was not talking.
Mm-mm.
And then the next day, when the newspaper came out that she married Kiko and with the cake they're cutting, I was so shocked.
Wow!
I was like,
Di mo
what?
alam.
Hindi ko alam. Wala akong alam.
So,
Okay.
Megastar was giving you the concept, pero hindi niya sinasabi siya yung bride.
Oo, oo.
Hala,
Of
now it
course,
can be told.
now,
Scoop to.
we talk. Every time she needs anything, she would call me. We talk.
That's
Like
interesting.
Juday.
Mm-mm.
Juday, okay.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Juday has one of the memorable cakes, and we're still very in touch. If I got sick, she finds out. She sent food for me.
Mm-mm.
Um, the one of Juday naman, um, it's it's really ano, secret super.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Okay? So I have to have my mouth sealed and say, when people ask, who's doing it? I said, I don't know. Sino kaya sa palagay mo? I
Mm.
mean, I have to pretend, no? I delivered the cake and should I say it? People were asking me, so how is she? How is, sabi ko, honest. Then I told them,
Mm-mm.
it was like secret.
Mm-hmm.
As in secret, we're all made to sign.
Mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Okay? Talagang nothing, no disclosure, nothing. So I
Wow,
didn't say
may
anything.
contract pa.
Oo, ay contract, D&D talaga. And then,
Wow.
but what is nice is everybody treated each other like we don't know anything, but all of us know it about it. That's the funny
Talag.
thing. Well, when we get there in Laia, my
Batangas.
brother, yeah, my brother-in-law was with me. He was the one who drove me kasi sabi ko, Hoy, hindi ako pwedeng basta-basta kumuha ng anyone to drive me
Mhm.
because it might leak and
Mm.
magkagulo dito.
Mm.
Okay? So, he drove me and he said, wow, this is really talagang top secret. As in top secret. But
Mm.
I didn't stay because I was so tired. Uh, they had the evening to them. I wasn't the coordinator and I don't really stay for weddings.
Mm.
So, I came back and ayun, got home so tired. Oh, the next day, it's also in the newspaper.
Ikaw pala.
But I
Ang.
know. But this one I know. And people were saying, why didn't you tell us? Sabi ko, we were all made to sign. And even if I'm not, I will not divulge because
Mm.
kawawa naman si bride. Ayoko
Mm.
din. And
Mm.
we committed ourselves to say, talagang no disclosure of everything. So, quiet lang.
Mm.
Ang dami nila, some of them, cute lang ang cake.
Cute.
Oo, cute lang.
Cute
Some
lang.
naman, oo, oh, well, they want a small one because it's a
Mm.
small wedding.
Mm.
So, it's a cute one. Because I'm saying it as cute because if I compared it to my cakes now,
Mm.
6 layers, 5 layers, that's really cute.
How tall is that? Like 8 feet?
No, 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 no.
Six
Per
layers.
layer is like 8 inches, so
Mm.
plus cake topper, mga 4 feet on top of a 3 feet table, so that makes 7 feet.
Wow. It's still taller than a human being.
Ay, oo, oo. But I always tell myself, it's a God gift to me. It's a privilege not given to
Mm.
anyone, in particular, but just given to me. So I really treasure it.
Mm.
So everything is handled with love and care.
Yeah, we talked about Mission Impossible concept cakes, like the one that you did for the Beijing Olympics and super secret events, wedding cakes by Sila. What about the most luxurious cake that you can think of?
For one of the
Probably
princes
Dubai?
of Brunei.
Oh,
For
what?
one of the princes. Oh,
Wow.
I cannot disclose the name
Okay.
because marami sila. Pero
Okay.
yun, the jewel talaga.
Wow.
They provided, I don't know how
Oh.
much they cost because they provided the stones.
Mm.
Although, hindi to one night party ha.
Mm-mm.
3 nights.
And how many cakes did you make? Just one or maraming cake?
3!
3 cakes, all bejeweled.
Okay, on the last one, I think it was a gift from one of the relatives.
Mm-mm.
And they told me, siyempre gift lang, di ba?
Mm.
Yung, the stones lang, the fake stones,
Mm-hmm.
is okay because you cannot tell if it's far. So
Mm.
that's what we did.
Okay.
Ang ganda pa naman sa picture.
Yeah. But the bejeweled cakes, what happened? Like, are we talking diamonds here?
Ah, no diamonds, but other stones. Like
Oh.
ruby,
Oh. Oh.
emerald,
Ha,
like
ha.
that. I mean,
Talag.
it's not the diamonds itself, but
But
other
still,
stones.
yeah.
Oo.
I'm just wondering, how do you slice those cakes? What if I sliced a
No,
piece
they
with
make sure.
ruby? With ruby.
Oo. Sayang, no?
Oh,
Sana.
I'll get the one with the
Actually,
emerald.
what I did was I make a gap in between, and
Mm.
those stones were dripping down in strands. So you don't
Okay.
really touch the
Hindi
cake.
ka makakakuha ng cake.
Hindi,
You
hindi.
want to. But that's
Oo, hindi.
interesting.
But they always invite me. I was
Wow.
only able to attend once. Kasi I have to make
Wow.
the cake the following day. How can I attend?
Yeah, true.
I
Yeah.
attend lang the last one.
Oo, but
I
that's,
told naman the princess, I said, I cannot attend the first 2 nights because I have to do the other cakes. But I will be
yes.
there on the last night. Very,
Okay.
very, very, very humble.
Yeah, but my God, I can imagine all those beautiful stones and your beautiful cake.
Oo, pero hanggang tingin lang.
Okay. Kanina we talked already about your busy day and then like you wake up at 7, tuloy-tuloy na, and then 2 o'clock, you sleep
Tuloy-tuloy.
para mga 5 hours ka lang matulog. What
I
about,
try to take a nap
mm-mm,
every now and then if I'm really, really very tired.
mm-mm,
So that after the 30 minutes nap, I'm so lively again.
mm-mm, mm-mm,
I mean, you can catch me anytime. Of course,
mm,
today, there's no nap,
mm-mm.
di ba? There's
Kasi,
no nap.
yeah. Ah, what I want to find out next naman is, of course, people always think about Penk Ching has the nicest cakes, most delicious cakes. What are your plans? Do you plan to even put up a physical store later, or are you going to the direction of just creating more beautiful wedding cakes in the probably next year or next few months? What are you
Okay.
thinking of right now?
I'm on my 38 years. So
Mm-hmm.
you think I would go into something like that when I'm already a senior citizen?
Oh, well, for our selfish reasons, we want to have a
Uh,
taste of you, of your cakes.
it can
Okay.
be, I can send anytime, but
No, I mean,
I
but the
don't see
public in general.
myself, I don't see myself stopping as yet.
Mm.
Okay. I'm launching my second book this coming May.
Wow.
Okay. What else? I think I'm still happy where I am right now. As long as the body is willing, the mind is willing, I think I shouldn't be stopping. What do you think?
Of course not. We want to see more of you. Lots of brides and people, celebrations are back. And what would it be like without a Peng Ching creation? That's what I
Well, there
think.
are, but there are a lot of potential cake makers who are really good, huh? I must say. A lot of my students pa.
But of course,
I
you,
sometimes teach, but not as often because I'm more committed to my clients, my customers, my brides, no?
mm-mm.
Because it's their memorable day. So I don't want to spoil it.
But I guess right now people want to learn more from you, and I guess that's why you came up with a book which we'd like to talk about next. But first, we'll pause for a break.
Josel Dariaga po.
At may tabasa David,
Ngayong December, 10 pesos and 28 centavos per kilowatt hour ang overall electricity rate. Ito ay dahil sa 33 centavos na increase na mula sa pagtatapos ng isang distribution-related refund ng nakaraang buwan.
kahit may konting pagtaas, pwedeng di magastos ang Christmas reunions. Hi!
Pwede na tayo magkita-kita. Iba ang saya pagsama-sama. Kaya kailangan, galing sa puso.
Kasi ang puso, mas mabubusog sa init ng salo-salo. Pero kahit simple lang, basta safe.
At masigla ang lahat. Siguradong masaya ang Pasko.
Maliwanag na Pasko't bagong taon po sa lahat.
Mula sa Meralco at Department of Energy.
Iba ng panahon, ang dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ano Attractions all new Bayan.
With Globe, our steps can lead us to millions of doors opening, millions of paths unfolding, and millions of reasons to keep going. Now's the time to be with a network that gets better every day for you.
Fiber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.
Welcome back. We still have Miss Penk Ching with us, and we just had a delightful conversation about the memorable cakes that she made for well-known people. And right now, let's talk about her book that will be coming out soon. That was
Yes.
momentarily postponed because of a pandemic, and now it's time to come out.
Yes. I hope nothing will stop it so far.
Mm-mm. Tell us more
It's
about it. What's inside? What's the content? Your last book was 13
okay.
years ago.
Yes. It's a coffee table book. It's not a how-to book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It shows a lot of techniques. It highlights special things that I use or special techniques that I use. And it's really an easy reading book because all you see is just photos, and my writer gave it a story. So it's a leisure book that you just want to browse over it.
Nice. Can you tell us more about your team? Like you did of course, you provided the content, you did the writing, and what
I
about
did not do the writing, but of
Okay.
course they talked to me
Okay.
and I gave my,
Uh-huh.
side of story. Um, it has like a few chapters, like weddings, of course,
Mm-mm.
and the art of sugar. So I created like shoes out of
Mm-hmm.
sugar,
Nice.
mga ganon. So it's more of artwork, and then I have paintings also on sugar, and so it attacks different possibilities that can be handled in sugar.
Mm-hmm. What was the experience? What was the experience like for you? Kasi syempre, you're a baker, pastry chef, and now you're into bookmaking. What's the experience of bookmaking like for you?
You know, Francine, all I want is just to have a legacy. Because I've been in the industry for 38 years. I just felt like, how will people remember me? So it's through a book, right? And I'm trying to recall, my first book was like 13 years ago. So, wala na rin sa market. I'm not reprinting it.
Yeah.
Because I felt like they're old for me because I came up with new things.
So this is like a chronicle of what you've been up to for the past years, ano? See.
You can say that, and of course, I added a lot of new things. This is set on September. No. May.
Next year, May 2023.
Yeah, because printing will be either Hong Kong or Singapore.
Wow. So you're all so everything all laid out, done. Ano na lang, it's just a matter of printing.
Actually, laid out is done. We're working on the writing right now. Because we stopped for 2 years eh.
Oo nga, because of the
Yes, we stopped for 2 years. And I have a different writer this time because the other one is already back to work. And she's out of the country. She's not here. So there's a little adjustment. You have to look for someone who can do it like her style.
But you're ano
Things
naman,
like
you're enjoying the process, I suppose. Bookmaking,
yes,
'di ba?
yes, because you're coming up with new things. Eh.
Mm-mm.
They have not seen it, or they have seen it, but in a different way.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And you're
Mm-mm.
sharing your ideas. I mean, you're
Mm,
sharing, you're teaching, so to speak, no?
yes.
Through your book. Yeah. Eh, uh, but you've also done a lot of teaching as well, right? You've done lectures.
Uh, During the pandemic, wala.
Mm-mm.
Okay? Prior to that, if I get invited by, like, for example, a supplier's company that supplies butter or
Mm-mm.
any whipping cream, or I get invited to schools
Mm-hmm.
to teach their cake decorating classes, to
Mm-hmm.
share,
Mm-mm.
or something like this that will be online.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yun.
Alam mo, I haven't asked you. Do you have a
Yes.
sweet tooth? Do you like cakes? Of course,
Ah,
I suppose. Or
yes, yes,
what's
yes.
your
But of course,
favorite?
of course, now I'm limiting it
Mm-mm.
to my, because I'm afraid because of diabetes,
Oo, oo, yeah. But,
too much sweet exposure.
yeah, but what are your favorites?
I love my peach almond cake,
Ooh.
chocolate, although
Mm-mm.
chocolate is very common,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
because the cakes I'm doing for the events cake, they are kind of special, like
Mm-mm.
apple walnut. You don't
Mm-mm.
really see them in stores.
Mm-hmm.
So I have peach almond. Those are the favorite cakes that I have aside from my chocolate. But of course, I have a friend who does it very well. So I'll just order from him instead of me doing it.
Ah, talaga?
Well, sometimes kasi, di ba, you
Yes.
appreciate others,
Oo. Yeah,
instead
that's a
of
good,
your own cooking,
yeah.
because you smell it all the time.
That's true. That's true. I've heard about that through chefs. My friends who are chefs, they say the same thing.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. What makes a good cake, actually?
Well, okay, that's a very good question.
It's a philosophical question.
Okay, I always hear my teachers say you have to use the right and good ingredients,
Mm,
which I totally agree.
mm,
They come in expensive. You just have to sell it expensive.
mm,
You cannot shortchange people and say, I use this, I use that, where in fact you did not.
mm, mm,
Diba?
mm,
Or you use another, a lower brand, and then you tell people this is high end. I mean, that's too unfair to the buyer,
mm,
customers.
mm,
So I keep my repertoire very simple. I only have 4 flavors, as I mentioned earlier, and
mm,
that's it.
mm,
I don't. If ever we bake, it's for family consumption.
I
If
see.
I don't like baking, I'll just buy. I'm
Mm,
that simple.
mm. And
As
I,
my kids would say, Mom, we smell that every day.
mm, and I guess that's the simplicity, no? The four flavors, but done very well. That's the key
Yes,
to the
I agree
success.
with that, Francine. Why? Because you're more focused,
Mm-mm.
di ba? And
Mm-mm.
if you give them a lot of choices, they panic.
Mm-hmm. True. Or get overwhelmed. No? You mean get
Yes,
over.
yes, yes. And they couldn't decide.
Mm-mm. Now I want to find out. You said earlier that we have a lot of young, talented pastry chefs already. What would be your advice to the young cake makers and stylists today?
Okay. You must be willing to learn
Mm-hmm.
from others. Uh, stay humble, because if you're not humble, people won't share their knowledge with you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep an open-minded. Uh, you have to stay open-minded so that absorbing new things will be easier,
Mm-hmm.
and you shouldn't be selfish. If you know something new, you share it. Of course, I know some chefs there are very, you know, secretive when they have something new, meaning they discovered a new product
Mm-mm.
or a new ingredients, no? Uh, of course, initially, I think you would want to keep it to yourself because it's different that you alone have it,
Mm-hmm.
meaning you can control the market, you can be so high up there because you're the only one using something special that's not available to anybody else. But then at the end of the day, you should realize people get tired of what you're having, what you're serving. So if you share it, other people come up with different things. Other people use it differently. So you share it, then you have the opportunity to learn from others. Di ba? When you use this for this kind of cake and you share it and then other chef use it in another way, then you learn.
Yes.
Oh, there's a better way pala of doing it and it comes out better.
Mm-hmm.
Di ba? Just an open mind, and of course, you start your day happy. If you're upset, it comes out very tough sometimes, which I notice with uh, my own baking. If my baker is not happy that day, um, parang something is wrong. It's the same ingredients, everything is the same, pero parang, ba't matigas?
Mm-hmm.
There's a little question there that you would ask, like, what happened?
Mm-mm.
And then over the years, you analyze, you realize emotion can carry on to your work.
Oh, that's something very important that
Oo.
I've
Kasi,
learned today from Penk Ching.
oo, because pag masama loob po ginagawa mo, parang hindi siya masarap eh.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Same
So,
thing with those dressmaker, those stylists.
mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It's stiff.
Mm-mm. So, I suppose ganun nga, no? No, I believe that. And that's something very important. Just put joy in your work. Just enjoy it.
Mm.
Give your heart.
Yes. Yes, you have to enjoy what you're doing.
And that's what
Otherwise, it reflects.
And that's what we've been seeing in your cakes for the last 38 years. You've created memories, happy brides, happy couples, happy birthday celebrators. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And maybe before we let you go, I know you're very busy. Can you give us some parting shots for our viewers right now? Christmas
Okay.
message or whatever.
There are already flocks of uh, chefs doing a lot of their own thing. You just have to encourage them. Don't pull them down, because sometimes these young people, if they get discouraged, they stop doing it. Sayang naman their
Oo.
career.
Oo.
There might be potential in them that we don't see it as yet. So let's encourage them. Let them, uh, let's open doors for them so that they have more experience with other things, and they would feel like there's life to everything.
Mm.
Let's not close their doors.
Nice. Well said. Beautifully said, Penk.
Thank you.
Yep.
I think this comes with age.
And thank you for sharing with us a slice of your life today.
Thank you too. And I hope to see you in my book launch.
Yes, May 2023. Must put that in my calendar already.
Oo.
Yeah.
No date pa naman, no exact date pa
Sige,
because I'm
looking
still
forward.
booking. Pero something around that time.
Looking forward, Penk. Thank you very much and
Thank you,
happy
thank you.
holidays. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank
Thank you to
you. Thank
everyone.
you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you, Penk. Thank you to our dear viewers. I'm Francine Marquez, and this has been Spotlight.